Hey, welcome back to this episode of I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, where today I'm going to be talking about those little miracle workers, M&Ms.
So the big question is this: how are parents like us, who don't have a manual, who are doing the best we can, who feel as though we aren't enough, how are we going to raise healthy, happy children who we are proud of and still keep our sanity in that process? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Ryan Roy, and welcome to I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, a podcast for parents who are being real with themselves.
Hello and welcome back to this episode of I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, where today I'm going to be talking about those little miracle workers. Yes, I am talking about M&Ms. Yes, I am talking about those candy-coated chocolate bits of heaven. Yes, I'm talking about the ones that occasionally have a peanut inserted inside of them, if those are the ones you prefer. And I'm going to tell you why I am talking about this. Because my little one, my wife loves peanut M&Ms, number one. And in the morning, we have a pantry, and the peanut M&M, the big one from Costco, is located right at eye level for our little guy. And it's not for our little guy, they're for my wife, but when the pantry gets open and he has his snacks and his fruit packets and things of that nature there, in the last week or so, somehow, I probably gave him one, he has a new love for M&Ms. So one morning he went in there and he's like, and he's just pointing, right? He doesn't have a lot of words right now. But they're really starting to pick up, which is fun, and I should probably be talking about that in a new episode here soon about repeat after me. But we'll get a touch on that right now. So he goes into the pantry the other day, and I wouldn't let him have an M&M. It was the first thing in the morning, and I'm like, no. He had a mini tantrum. We diverted his attention somewhere else, and very quickly he was over it. But I thought to myself, what's the big deal about one M&M? But and there's a lot of lessons in this, just so you know, but I'm just going to be talking about the power of the M&M. We're in a big stage where it's repeat after me. We want them to repeat words. We want them to use words. Hey, can you use your words? What do you want? Can you say M&M? Can you say this? Can you say that? So clear as day, he pointed to the M&Ms. I don't think he knows the name of them yet. He hasn't had enough of them yet for that, but he points to them, and I said, okay. And I get down eye level, which, by the way, a lot of these lessons are in my book, Be the Dad You Wish You Had, 40 Power Lessons to Becoming a Powerful Dad, and you could get that at BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com/free book. And I sat there, and I got down at his eye level, which is how you like to talk to him, and I said, do you want M&Ms? He says, and he was like nodding his head. He still had his Binky, Bobo, his pacifier in his mouth. And I said, you're going to get one. How many do you want? And he says, one. And he puts his little finger out there too. He put a little one because that's how I did it. And I said, okay. And I start opening. He's doing his little happy dance. He's all excited. I said, what color do you want? And he said, green. And I get him a green one. But here's the funny thing about green. It's the only word, the only color he says right now. For a couple weeks ago, he used to say yellow. And now everything is green, no matter what he says. So I grab a green one. And he gets happy. And I said, can you say please? Because he wants this bad. And right, he says, please? And I hand it to him. I said, can you say thank you? Thank you? And he's saying these words clear as day because we're repeating them, right? Repeat after me. Use the words. And I will do another quick podcast about that here, probably after this one. So the power of the M&M. He gets it. He understands limitations because I limit him to one. He never asked me for more. He knew what he was getting. We agreed to it. We talked at eye level. He repeated after me everything I wanted, so he's learning manners, please, thank you. And then he, again, moderation. When he wants something else, I'm like, you get one. And he's going to know what that means. But in addition to that, and I talk about this in the book because my first child learned how to potty train using M&Ms. and it's all coming back to me. And M&Ms will be a tool to get him to go to the bathroom here in the near future. If you go potty, if you go number 1, you're going to get 1 M&M. I'm going to tell you something that drove me bananas. It still drives me a little crazy. I'm glad I don't have to go through this with the second child. But it took 3 weeks of him pooping, my first child, pooping in his underwear, for me to realize that if I'm going to give him 1 M&M for number 1, I should probably give him 2 M&Ms for number 2. So as soon as I said that to him, I said, listen, you're always going potty. You're going pee-pee. If you go pee-pee, you get 1 M&M. But if you go cacas, and he knew the difference between pee-pee and caca, you're going to get 2 M&Ms. I will tell you, from that statement forward, I've never had to change another poopy, underwear, or diaper because I gave him 2 M&Ms. The power of the M&M is awesome when it comes to training. They're tiny, they're small, and he was getting maximum 4 M&Ms a day peeing. And then it turned into like 6 because he'd poop once a day. And that was a beautiful thing. So the power of the M&M. Parents, these things seem simple, but if we don't know them and we can't utilize them, use the tools. And if we're going to give them treats, it's almost like we're training. Dogs are no different. Any animal's no different. You reward them with things they love and desire, right? Reward the behavior you desire. There's nothing wrong with it. So the power of the M&M is an amazing power. Feel free to utilize it yourself. We'll see you in the next episode.
Do you want to be the dad you wish you had? If so, go get my free book, Be the Dad You Wish You Had, at BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com. Inside, you'll find my most effective 40 tips to quickly and easily transform yourself into the ideal dad. Go to BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com now and get it while it's free.